This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, my Rabbi I want to share with you the next part of the Bar Mitzvah series, part 4, and it's connected to the first part. In part 1, in the first chelek of this series, we mentioned the Chiddush of the Yam Shel Shloimeh, who said that the makar of making a su'udah for a Bar Mitzvah, in fact, the Yam Shel Shloimeh said that Sudas Bar Mitzvah, Ein Lecha Simcha Sudas Mitzvah Gedoyla Mizu. The source is a Gemara in Kedushin. The Gemara says that Rabbi Yosef, who was blind, said that at first he thought it's better to be Mekayim mitzvahs when you're not obligated. So if someone were to tell him that a summa is pater from mitzvahs, he would make a big suda because he does the mitzvahs anyway. But now that he heard that which Rabbi Chanina said, that Gadol mitzvah va'oisa, mimisha ina mitzvah va'oisa, now if somebody would say, Ein halacha k'Rabbi Yehuda, then he would make a big suda for the Rabbanon, because now he knows that a summa is chayiv and he's mekayim the mitzvahs. So says the Yam Shel Shloimeh, get a hold of yourself. Hagam asmucha. A summa was always chayiv in mitzvahs, but now he has the yediyah and he has the knowledge that a summa is chayiv in mitzvahs. So says the Yam Shel Shloimeh, if merely having a yediyah and a knowledge that you're chayiv in mitzvahs would prompt him to make a suda for the chachamim, alachas kama v'kama, a young boy who was in reality pater from mitzvahs and now is chayiv in mitzvahs, not he has a yediyah that he's chayiv, not now he just happens to find out, but now in reality he is chayiv, certainly it would warrant making a sudas mitzvah. So I want to share with you the question of the Reb Chaim Noah. I have someone in my shul, a good friend of mine, 2 brothers, Rafi and Eitan Weinberg, who are great-grandsons of Reb Chaim Noah, the Ketzois HaShulchan. In the Ketzois HaShulchan, Siman Samachei, in the Badei HaShulchan, Ois Tesvav, he brings the question of Moiri Hagoin Ha'ad Reb Yitzchak Yerucham Diskin. Reb Yitzchak Yerucham Diskin was the Rabbi Reb Chaim Noah, who brings a very sharp Lomdishe kasha on the Yam Shel Shloimeh. Beautiful question. He says like this. You know, the Gemara in Erevin says in Daf Yud Gimel, Nimnu v'gamru, that there was a machlokes that went back and forth, Beisham and Beisel, 2.5 years. And is it better for a person to have been created or not to have been created? And the Gemara says, Nimnu v'gamru, they counted, and they came to the conclusion, Noyach loy la'adam shaloi nivra. Man would have been better off never been created. That was the conclusion. So the question is, what does it mean, Nimnu v'gamru? What does it mean, Nimnu v'gamru? What do you mean they counted? So the Maharsha explains, they made a simple cheshbon. They counted the mitzvahs in the Torah. There are more mitzvahs lo saseh than mitzvahs aseh. There are 365 mitzvahs lo saseh. There are 248 mitzvahs aseh. And they counted that there are more mitzvahs lo saseh than aseh. So it's better off not being created, because now that you're created, you're more likely to violate. There are more opportunities to make a mistake than there are to do the right thing. There are more opportunities to violate a law than to mekayim a mitzvah. And therefore the Gemara says, Nayach loy la'adam shaloi nivra. Nimnu v'gamru. They counted. They made a cheshbon. They're more lavin than ases. It's not kedai for a person to be around. Frekt Reb Chaim Noah, quoting his great Rabbi, Rabbi Yerucham, Rabbi Yitzchak Yerucham Diskin. But let's get something clear. There is the opinion of the Pri Megadim, and the Pri Megadim can be found in the Psicha Koileles, Chelek Beis Oislam and Gimel, also a tshuva of the Noid Behuda, Siman Kuf Yud Beis, and they are mechadesh that even if you say Summa is pater min ha-mitzvahs, a blind person is pater from mitzvahs, that's only, he's not obligated to Mekayim the mitzvahs haseh, but certainly he's not to violate a lav in the Torah. A summa can't wear shatnez, a summa can't speak lashon hara, a summa can't eat chametz. It's only a summa is not obligated to Mekayim the mitzvahs haseh. So if that's the case, what raya do we have to make a suda for a bar mitzvah? Bishlama, Rabbi Yosef, if he would have found out a summa is chayiv in mitzvahs, so until then he only had a be careful not to violate the lavin, because if a summa is pater from mitzvahs, he's only pater from the ases, but the whole time he would have been chayev not to violate the lavin. Now that he finds out he is chayev in the mitzvah aseh, so he just had added to his responsibility another 248 opportunities to do the right thing. So that's why if Rabbi Yosef found out a suma is chayiv in mitzvahs, he would make a suda. Mashen came a bar mitzvah boy. Before his bar mitzvah, not only is he not chayiv to be mekayim the 248 mitzvahs aseh, he's also not responsible if he violates the 365 lavin. If that's the case, why in the world should he make a suda when he becomes a bar mitzvah? He's better off not becoming a bar mitzvah. The same way, nimnu v'gamru noach leila adam shloi nivra. Because now that a person's created, there are more opportunities to violate lavin than there are to be mekayim and aseh. So too, when a person is mekayim, when a person becomes a bar mitzvah, until now, he was better off. Because yes, he couldn't have 248 opportunities to become a mitzvah, he also didn't have 365 possible pitfalls. So now, yes, he has more opportunities to do good, but he has far more opportunities to make a mistake. That being the case, quoting Rabbi Yitzchak Yerucham Perlau, he says, Diskin, excuse me, the Chaim the name of Rabbi Yitzchak Yerucham Diskin, why should we have a source? What's the valid source from a summa? A summa should have to make a suda because he's just adding the positive mitzvah aseh. But a bar mitzvah boy, where not only he now chayiv in 248 aseh, he's also liable to the lavin. Why should it be a source of simcha? Why don't we apply the rule noach leila adam shaloi nivra? So I'll let you think about that question. It's a Lomdishe kasha on the Indian bar mitzvah. This is the fourth part of the Bar Mitzvah series. Wishing everyone a good tevach.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.